Hey everyone, it's Harlan Kilstein, and I want to talk a little bit about something that's in NLP, but it's not really related to copy. If you can find a way of relating it to copy, I'd be interested to hear that. And it goes like this. In all of the senses that we know that are the basis of NLP, seeing, hearing, feeling, there are subcategories which David Gordon, one of the founding researchers of NLP, called submodalities. So for example, in vision, you have things like brightness and color. Okay? In auditory, you have tone, you have pitch, you have volume. And in kinesthetic, you have the feeling of the surface. You have, whether it's smooth or rough, you have temperature. There are a lot of different breakdowns. Now, when you remember a situation, you remember it exactly as it occurred. If you want to play with someone's memory, I'm going to tell you how to do it in this video. There was someone once who was just being very obnoxious to everyone in the workplace. And if you would talk to him about why he was obnoxious, he would say, because this is the way that I was trained by the first person I worked for, and that was the best person anyone can ever work for, and that's why I treat people like this, because I want you to know what I went through, because this is going to make you a better person. BS. But this is what they believed, so they came in and they made everybody's life miserable. And I saw what was going on, and hey, I'm an NLP guy. If I see something I don't like, I change it. So he came in, and he was being obnoxious to the girl at the next desk to me, and I just said, you know, this guy that you worked for, he sounds like a fascinating guy. And as soon as he heard that, he gave up on her and came to me to pick on me. And I said, what did he look like? You know, and I had him really go into the experience, and he got what the guy looked like. He got what the guy sounded like. He got what the guy heard like. You could see he was just like in the experience. He was so into it. And I said, I want you to get the strongest experience you had of him. He goes, oh, he was yelling at me, whatever, and it was great, because if he yelled at you, it meant that he loved you. And he was going on and on about how he was getting yelled at someday, and that's what he wants to do to all of his people and so forth. And I went, you know, did you ever try and remember a tune and you couldn't remember it, then all of a sudden it just comes into your head and it can't get away? And he goes, like what? I went, like the Looney Tunes tune. I said, remember at the end of the cartoon, they would go, da 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 da, da 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 da, da 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 da. And he goes, you know, Kilstein, you are so strange. I went, you just discovered that? You hired me. I went, wait a minute, let's go back and talk. Tell me about that guy. Tell me about that time. And he starts telling me, and I had anchored the Looney Tunes music with my hand. And what I was doing was I was adding an element of the Looney Tunes music to his experience. And what happened is, after doing it 3 times, he just like stopped, and it was like he had a brain freeze. And all of a sudden goes, gee, that's funny. I can't remember it anymore. And I went, funny how that happened. And he went away, and from the next day on, he was like the best boss anybody could ever work for. And it's all because I changed the submodalities of his experience. Powerful little finger. You are invited to use it as well. Find something of an experience that needs to be changed. Find a submodality that wasn't there. Anchor it, and let the chips fly. Hopefully you use that in a really ethical fashion. I did it because he was picking on people at work, and that's not okay. Folks, this has been Harlan Kilstein for NLP Copy. See you tomorrow.